you on this.
Don't you get time from the plug holes as well?
From
What's
the
that?
plug holes. What are the plug holes?
The sockets, electric.
You get time from that?
Don't you?
Yeah, I do.
No. I don't, idiot.
That's only if you
I do it all the time.
That's only if you pay your time bill.
But isn't time?
Oh shit! I forgot to pay for time this month.
They make you late. That's how they send you to collections. They get you fired
Time
from your
warner,
job.
right? I swear.
What are you talking
They
about?
pump time down there.
This is one of those things where we're gonna accuse Gavin of not knowing what
I know,
he's
and he's
talking
gonna
about.
be right. He's
And in
gonna
the
be
UK,
fucking
they're gonna
right.
pump time over the electrical wires somehow.
I think time is in more than we think.
Gavin.
What'd you say?
Time is in.
That sounds like a quote from a shitty movie trailer.
Well, no, apparently it's
I
like
think time
it's-
is more than we think.
Apparently it's through the air and all that stuff, isn't it? So it's through the plugs as well.
We broadcast it.
Yeah.
Here's
they
the frequency
broadcast.
on
Power
which we
doesn't come
broadcast.
over the air.
Yeah, but time does.
Yeah, but then why does the power comes out of your plugs,
All
not
right,
time?
I'll look it up. Does the UK
gonna have a
provide time over
my-
power?
It's comedy
Face
week, everybody.
Over.
many times
How
you
many
say
times are
that?
you gonna say that? That's
That's
already
two.
fucking
Damn.
annoying.
That's
It's
two.
already one too many.
Perfect.
I don't
Later.
see anything about this, Gavin.
That shocks me, Burnie.
There's got to be. Like, why? Do you have like a friend who had that or something? Like, why do you even say that? Why is that a thought that you have in the first place?
I don't remember all
Do you have a
places
device that would sync itself to time automatically?
No, do you?
No. Gavin, why are you accusing me? I'm trying to get to the bottom of what you're
I
talking
don't know.
about.
I can't remember where I
I'm
read
helping
that, but
you.
I'm pretty sure it's right. Would you do that for a start? If you could, would you just count and see how far you
I
go
would,
and then take it?
if you told me I could make $1 million in 2 weeks, yeah.
Would you
But
do
I'm
it?
curious, how long would you make it?
Would you do it if every 10 that you counted, a dude jizzed in your head? Or in your eye?
No, so then you're getting paid $10 to have someone jizz on you.
$10.
Think of it that way.
Yeah, but a bunch of times. Oh, that doesn't make it sound
Yeah, but there's a lot of jizz.
Wait.
You make up for it in volume.
Okay, getting paid $10 to have someone jizz on your head sucks. But that wouldn't happen
Here's a
more
better variation
like many
for
times,
you,
would
for
it?
Gavin.
It would happen all the time, every 10 seconds.
Yeah, but in reality,
That guy's got good stamina, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dudes.
in reality that wouldn't happen because no one would pay you multiple times for that. But in this
Why
scenario,
wouldn't they pay you multiple times for
So
that?
we're not talking about reality?
Yeah. So my scenario of someone paying you to count, that doesn't...
There's like an alternate. Was this Star Trek?
Once
Is this like some
you-
alternate universe shit?
Once you add the dude's jizzing on your head, the whole model falls apart because it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. I was thinking about this variation for Gavin, which is if Gavin was sat down at a microphone and a table, and
why
every
is there a
time...
microphone, by the way?
Oh, whatever. So they record you. You know, you have to count into the microphone.
Oh.
You know, it's to imply that that's all you're doing. It's sitting in front of the microphone counting.
So you'd go crazy.
Yeah, and let's say aliens did that with you. They said we're gonna kill everybody on the planet, but we're gonna have you count, and every time you count is one person that can live. So if you can count all the way up to 6 billion, which you couldn't, but you could count your whole life and save like 2 or 3 billion people, you know, then you do it. Gavin, how far would Gavin get?
He'd make it a 12.
He'd go like 40's enough people.
Yeah.
That's all I know. It's a good chance somebody I know will survive.
I mean, what order is it doing the people in? Is it people I know and then outwards?
Here it begins.
What does it matter?
He'd make a deal with the aliens. Like, well, okay, is this London or
Well,
is
no,
this
I'd
America?
be stuffed if I counted to 500,000 and they were all somewhere I've never been.
Why?
Because all the people I know would be dead.
There's
There'd
probably
be
a
no
good
one in the.
possibility, a good probability that if you count to 500,000, there would not be anyone from a single
Yeah,
country you've been
I
to.
get
What
wiped
percent of the
out.
people in the world do you know? How many people do you know, Gus?
How many people work here?
50?
800 now.
You don't even know all of them.
I don't even know all of them.
What would you guess? Like people that you keep in contact with on a
That
regular
I
basis?
keep in contact with on a regular basis?
Yeah.
8?
let's say 100.
Oh, there's no way. That's way too many people.
Let's assume for the sake of this argument that you're not you. Okay? We'll say
Let's see how
100.
many people I have on my quick dial on my iPhone.
Yeah.
If that's how many people, I'll tell you.
Well, that was a
Do you know,
quick
this is what a big number, a billion is. I don't want to write it. It's to write out a billion is a pain in the ass. I have to count.
Is that 9 zeros?
I have
Yeah.
12 people on my favorites that I will accept calls from when
All
I
right.
do not disturb.
Am I on your favorites?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's Jack?
No.
No. Neither's Gavin, so don't feel bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Make it.
What does it take to make the cut?
If the favorites override, you do not disturb. So if I'm asleep, I'd have to be willing to take a phone call from you.
Wow, I make that cut?
What if I really wanted to tell you something in the night?
Not important. Not important.
Click.
I'm gonna call you.
What
all
if a dude jizzed on your head for $10 in
I
another
know it's 4
reality?
a.m. Wake up. Wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
what, was,
remember-
what was Bill Gates? 57 billion?
He's back up, #1 on the list again.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I thought he's giving away most
Yeah,
of
he
his
gives away
money.
a
Yeah,
shitload
but
of
he's
money.
back to #1, I guess because Microsoft stock has gone back up. So like his worth has increased as a result, and he's back at the #1
He
position.
literally can now. He
can't give
literally
it away.
can't give
Yeah.
away his money.
It's like Brewster's
He,
Millions.
I think he's giving it away to mosquitoes at this point, right? That's his main thing is malaria.
Your malaria
you see
and
the TED Talk where he opened the mosquitoes in the whole room?
yeah.
He did?
Yeah. He had a jar of mosquitoes. Like, yeah, so mosquitoes carry malaria. And he just open it up and let them loose.
He's like, it's a problem in most of the world, so why not have it be a problem here too?
What a cocksucker.
It was like to motivate people to want to cure it.
Yeah.
What?
To motivate them, it's like, oh, you're sick now. You better work on that cure.
Yeah, well, thank God he's not curing rabies. that would have been a lot.
He let some badgers out.
Fucking wild possums running through the audience.
I would love to see that, like possums just fall from the ceiling. I heard a fucking awful conversation the other day. I was waiting in line for a fucking snow cone. Don't get me started on that.
Why? What?
And there were people behind me talking about.
Wait.
You started yourself on that.
You
Why
were
were you getting a
waiting
snow
in
cone?
line
I
for
wanted a snow cone.
Snow cone?
And for some reason, like there was a snow cone.
So
place.
you went out in public and
There's this
got
place
in a
in
line
Austin.
of
You want to go and see a
people.
movie, but you go out and buy a snow cone.
Are you gonna
in
let me
line-
explain,
you
or are you gonna
waited
talk
in-
over me?
in
No, this
line
is too
for a
interesting, Dodge.
snow
This is too
cone.
interesting. Real quick, we're all gonna guess. What flavor?
Is Gus boring? Vanilla.
Cherry.
Cherry?
Yeah. Vanilla.
I'm gonna-
Dumbass.
I'm gonna go like this is like his Mexican roots coming out. I'm gonna go papaya.
Papaya.
Like, I don't know.
That's wrong.
I wanted cherry, they didn't have it, so I got cherry limeade.
Cherry
Well,
limeade.
I
so
think I'll take that one.
There's this
You're doing well.
There's
I'm
this
doing
place
alright.
I wanted to go to. I've always wanted to get a snow cone from, but I never have. That KC Snowballs place off of like Airport and 51st.
Don't know it. Go ahead.
I always drive by, always a line. So finally, yesterday I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wait in line. Waited in line 25 fucking minutes. Not worth it. Not worth it. Wish I'd gone.
Is it a big snow?
Wish I'd gone to Snow Beach. Anyway, people behind me were talking about Latin. They were like, does anyone speak Latin anymore? No one speaks Latin. No one knows how the words were pronounced. Whatever. They're like, was Latin the first language? Yeah, I think so. No, I think it was the first written language. Oh, yeah, right. It was the first written language.
We're standing in front of Gavin?
25 minutes of this. 25 minutes of these fucking morons talking about how Latin was the first written language and like one of the earliest languages in the world.
You waited in line for 25 minutes? I can't imagine that. In the sun
I was under some shade.
to get, and then you got all the way up to the guy and you said, I want a cherry snow cone. He goes, we don't have it. And you had to get cherry limeade.
Yeah.
That's the best part of that story. You had to sit through all that bullshit. You need to get your cherry snow
Wait, so
cone.
the cherry lemon, was it like pre-mixed together or something? Like I can
Well, you wanted them to extract the cherry just on its
Yeah.
own.
He just said they didn't have cherry, and you asked him if it's pre-mixed. So
I
what were the
guess
two
that-
components they would have to mix cherry limeade? Cherry lime and AIDS? Is that what they had? He just said they didn't have cherry. Of course it was fucking pre-mixed.
All right.
That's pretty stupid.
You win.
So I did a douchebag thing.
Oh, please tell me.
Shocking.
I
Yeah.
bought the Roomba.
That's not a douchebag thing.
No, it's douchey.
No.
And I made the mistake
When
of...
you literally have a room.
all I have is one room.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of unpacking it and pulling the little battery tab out and just pressing clean and then leaving. That thing trashed the place. Absolutely mullered it. When I found it,
They got tangled on all the cords and shit.
my laptop was dragged off the table on its side. The cord was wrapped around the brushes about 70 times. It was upside down and it was wet. So the only thing I can think it did was that it went all the way around, drove in the shower for a bit, then went under my desk and obliterated everything on there. That thing is a nightmare. Good
It's like
God.
you have a puppy now, basically.
It's like I picture
Destroys
like,
your electronics.
What I picture what it did was like it got wound up in the cord for the laptop, fell over upside down, got so upset that it wet itself. It's like
I don't know how they can get upside down. All I could see was the red light underneath flashing, and it occasionally would just be like, error. Please pick up the Roomba and move it somewhere else. And it was just like soaking wet.
oh my god.
Where did you go?
I just went into the other house.
You just hung out?
Yeah, just hung out for like an hour or two.
Well, it destroyed your place.
Have you run it again since
No!
then? Gotta pick your cords up.
Yeah.
I thought it's meant to not get tangled on cords. It says that on the box. It also says it doesn't go upside down.
Or get wet.
Did it
Maybe
say
it just
that?
went
Did it
up-
say that? Roomba, now with no upside down.
I mean, maybe it just
not
went
go
up the
vertical.
wall and started climbing the ceiling and stuff.
Then it ran out of battery, it just fell.
The upside though is that thing was full of dust. It must have gone under my bed.
Did it
or
even make a
something.
difference? Or did it still look really?
No, it was clean.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was just a bit. It was just wet on the floor.
Your shower doesn't have a lip or anything that it just goes right in.
It does, but my bathroom has a lip on it too. So it went up that, and I guess it just went up
Did it
into
come
the,
with any lighthouses? Do you know what those are?
the little things to block
yeah.
it. Yeah, but you need 2 C batteries for that, and I only had 1.
Okay. Yeah, those are great. You can just like block it off.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to block all my cords and then do what you did and set it to 8 a.m. every day and just have it wake me up.
Yeah.
Because the little chime it makes, it's like, doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, and, you're
And then it's like,
no.
it's all going to kick off.
Yeah. It's great. It's a great alarm clock. If
Yeah.
you have a Roomba, you should absolutely use it as your alarm clock if you don't.
And the very cool thing is you can just press dock and it finds its way back. That is top.
But still, you have to get up. It's like the alarm clock that runs away from you.
Yeah. Well, you can get
But, and
remote
it's
for it
also,
though,
it's like,
can't you?
oh, back when I did, you couldn't.
Oh.
But still, it's like, you're incented to let it run. You're incented to not turn it off because your place won't be clean.
That's true.
So you want to let it run to clean your place.
So
if
you
turn
have
it
to
off,
get up.
Yeah, it really
Put a little
affects
iPod
you.
dock on the top. You got DJ Rumba running around as well.
DJ Roomba.
That'd be great, you know?
That'd be funny if someone just had like a very clean line on their floor from where they just turn it off immediately every time it starts. It's just like, yeah.
That's your
aw.
snooze. Like the snooze is like it's cleaner and
It's like
cleaner.
super polished and shiny compared to everything else.
So it's like every day at 8 o'clock, it's like you're at a Daft Punk
But
live
I
show.
literally,
There you go.
I can't think of anything I could have put in my room and just walked away from that would have caused more chaos.
Cat.
I could have put a. What would a
cat.
cat have done
A
though?
Wolverine.
Chew your cords and all that stuff.
A
Lee,
badger.
get a new puppy and put it in there and walk away for an hour and see what
We
happens.
should start that. We
God.
should start a show.
Which is worse,
Well,
robot or puppy?
Get a new puppy and try to watch
Get-
Game of Thrones.
Get a new.
Did you have a new puppy at your house? Do you not?
I'm just saying.
Do you have a
I'm
new
just
dog?
saying.
You have a new dog.
Why would I go somewhere else and deal with someone else's dog? I've
Because
already
You
got
don't
my
have to
own
deal with the dog.
He shit and people had to smell it. You told me that.
Only a few people did. You could have been on our side. You'd have been fine.
I can't believe he's even trying to make this argument. I can't believe you're even trying to make this argument.
We were outdoors.
It's true.
We watch
Yeah,
outdoors.
that's not a selling point.
Okay. Yeah.
That sounds even worse.
Yeah, we were out of cherry flavoring too. I didn't bring that up. Had I known.
it was
What if we had
hot.
cherry flavoring?
You had to wait like an hour and a half to watch it.
Can
You
we
didn't
coax-
watch it right when it aired, right?
Can we coax you out with the cherry snow cone? Would that do it?
Ooh, God.
No lines.
Ooh, God.
No one will talk about Latin. You just have a cherry snow cone and enjoy Game of Thrones. Would that get you to come out?
Maybe.
Could we
But we
rent,
also have a buffer area where no
Oh
one
my
could get close
God.
to me.
could we rent out the draft house and watch the finale?
I don't think you can because it's a paid thing.
That's true.
You know how you sometimes hide from your neighbors and stuff like that?
Yeah.
If you saw me in a place you didn't expect to see me, just like walking past me in the street, would you avoid me?
No, I'd say out here.
I had
you
that.
would?
Yeah.
I had that.
You did?
I did. I ran into Chris Damaris at HEB this weekend. Yes, Sunday, actually, yesterday. And we said hello, but you're at the grocery store. So then you end up doing this business, like going down aisle to aisle,
Yeah.
and you keep crossing each other. The first time you say hello, and then by the second time it happens, I legitimately hated him. I was like, I wish I didn't know you at this point now. I wish you would just leave and all that stuff. And we also caught each other looking in each other's carts. When we first
Really?
said hello, I caught him looking in my cart, and I looked in his cart too.
One of the most embarrassing
He
things.
buys dopey shit, by the way. Almond and
Like
milk.
coconut covered almonds.
Walnut milk.
But you know how it's really awkward when you say bye to someone and then you both go the same way? It's like,
Yeah. I was good seeing you, and then you just walk to the,
Yeah,
your
it's like,
car
oh, we're
parked
both-
next to each other. It's
we
like,
both got to walk like 10 minutes in the same direction.
Yeah.
But it's also really awkward when you're meeting up with someone and it's just 2 people, so it's you and them, and you see them from a long way away, but you can't say hi to them yet because you're too far away. I find that bit really awkward, where 2 people are walking towards each other, and I don't know where to look. I like look at the ground until I'm right up there. It's like, oh hi, how's it going? Because otherwise, what do you do?
yeah.
So you talked about running into Chris at HEB. Right after we hired Brandon, I want to say it's like a month after we'd hired Brandon, I still didn't know him very well. I ran into him at HEB with his girlfriend at the time.
Yep.
And he tells me that he saw me first, and he was like, in his mind, he thought, oh, this is going to be really awkward. Then he came up and said hello anyway, and then he was like, yeah, that was totally awkward. That was a big mistake. Because like you said, you run into each other again. It's like you really don't know each other yet. Awful. Awful. To this day, Brandon and I still, like, it's like a battle scar. Like, oh, yeah, that time we saw each other at HEB, that was awful. I don't know how we got through that.
Maybe you won't
I'm surprised
ever
he
reach,
ever recovered with you. I mean, that would be like the end of
you
any
can never reach
relationship
full
possibility.
friendship potential now. It's ruined.
Yeah, it's absolutely ruined. I made it a point today. You know, we have a new employee who started last week who's handling a lot of our like video wrangling and ingestion. I had not spoken to her yet since she started, so I made it a point to go to her desk today and be like, listen, you've already been here a week. I'm going to introduce myself because I don't want this to get weird. I was like, when Lindsay started, she was here for months before I finally talked to her. I don't want to get to that level.
No, I mean, we're at a point now where we have
I think she had a meeting with HR. But did any of you see the gross thing that's in the parking lot over at the studio?
No.
No.
Is it a decapitated bird?
No, it is a bird's head.
All right, it's the other side of the
bird's head
opposite.
that is
decapitated.
flattened.
So it's a
Oh,
I was walking
God.
and I was like, what is that? It's a bird's head. I was like, where's the rest of the bird?
I did that. We should look on the security footage. We should look at the security footage and see if we did the exact same thing. Because I walked past it, I was like, there's like a big streak of liquid on what looks like a tiny bird. And I was like, no, that's a full-size bird, but it's just the head. And then there's like a big smear of blood. I was like, where's the body?
Yeah, what happened? Can you imagine, like, if that was a person, like, you're walking over there, like, oh, it's Gus's head. Where's his body? I don't know, like what a fucked up world a bird lives in, where it's like, that's a thing that could happen. Your head is flat somewhere. Your body's nowhere to be found. You're just, that's it. That's life.
Let's just imagine the body's off somewhere living a happy life without
Yeah,
the
so
head.
Gavin said the bird wasn't decapitated. Its head was debodied.
Yeah, it was the bodicated bird.
The body's the
Debodicated.
the head is the bird.
It's a capitated bird.
No, a capitated bird would have a head.
Oh, okay.
So are we capitated?
Yes, you're capitated.
But he's his head. That's his point. He said his person is in his head.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I said before.
He's not decapitated.
When you get your head cut off, you're just getting your body chopped off.
Yeah, because your head is
Because you are in your head.
right.
That's an
And I-
interesting point of view.
Yeah.
It is.
And that was the other thing we were talking about once, where it's like, how do people know that they're in their head?
Well, yeah, like if you had to say, like, where are you in your body? If you had to point to where you are right now. Your cock. Okay, fair enough.
No, my balls.
I'm sorry. Your balls.
Both
You have,
of
one?
you have a seam down the middle of your crotch, which is creating a separation that I don't like looking at. And I'm looking.
Yeah, they're on
Can
either
you
side.
go to the wide shot, Brandon?
Oh, really?
Can you go to the wide shot?
That must be.
So I have to
There's
look.
a-
I
there's
have
a
to look
term
right
for that.
across at that.
Oh no, we don't want this.
Get a zoom on it.
Fucking basic instinct
oh,
that.
God, no.
No, dude,
It's
don't
like-
do that.
Oh.
It's kind of like a camel toe kind of a thing.
It's called
that you're
moose
going on.
knuckle. Is the proper term?
Moose knuckles?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
No,
what
I
it's
moved. Now they're both on the left side.
called? Oh,
See,
Jesus.
if you didn't adjust, that means one of them must have been smushed into the other side. Like, you know when you
Yeah.
have like two balls of mozzarella?
Yeah.
Can you adjust that? Don't you have a steel cage around one of your balls now? Like a steel mesh?
No, it's just a staple.
Got a
surgical
mask
staple.
on when you.
A
like
surgical
Bane.
staple.
He's got that little voice thing.
Sometimes when I get kicked in the nuts, my junk just goes, and I've got to readjust all my little capsules.
The Jack actually does have Jack does have a special connection with Austin in that he is a fifth generation.
He goes on
Austinite.
about it all the time.
He brought it up, not me.
I bet you.
I'm so sick of hearing about it.
I
All
bet
right,
you-
all right, all right.
I didn't
Let's
say
get off
anything.
it.
He brought it up.
Let's get off of it then. Let's get
You
off
must
it.
have monked off at least once to the fact that you're from Austin. When you were told that you're a fifth generation, I bet you went to your room and you were quiet for a while.
I bet it wasn't quiet.
Oh.
Are you allowed jack off?
Sorry.
Are you allowed when
No,
you
I'm
jack
quiet.
off?
Very quiet.
Is anybody? I mean,
Uh-oh. I was throwing
Yeah,
out there like
me.
it was coming.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, hand, you're so good. Oh, just like that.
like
Way
that.
to go, lefty. Good job.
Oh, you too? All right.
Oh, you brought a friend, huh?
Are y'all twins? Oh, y'all look the same to me.
It's like looking in a mirror. I mean, really, do you think anybody's allowed masturbating? Like, sincerely allowed? If I had to pick worst qualities for a roommate ever, it would be loud masturbating.
I think girls are way louder in every way than, like, in movies.
Go ahead.
Or in TV. I was watching The Wire. There was just a sex scene between the main dude and some woman. And he was louder than her. But I assume that everyone here is pretty quiet when they're doinking, right?
Go on.
I mean, are you?
Go on. Are you?
Well,
Clearly
say
you
your
are.
point.
I'm silent.
That's terrible.
Silent. I just
What am I
imagine
gonna do? Just
I just
run.
imagine when he said silent. I imagine Gavin is in black and white and subtitles.
Oh, yes.
With a top hat and a cane for some
Gavin meets an Irishman.
So Gavin, utterly silent. Utterly silent.
I mean, aside from communication.
Aside from
reason.
communication.
That's not silent then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like make noise and grunt
He's
around.
like communication's like, shut up.
Or like,
like,
get your
oh,
thumb out of there.
Stop
no.
moving.
You've wrapped the cord up 70 times.
Get on your back and get wet.
Now we know how the Rumba got
God.
There we go.
God.
All right. Oh, wow.
Oh my God. No, I don't know if I want to go too deeply into that. Gus, you want to reveal to us the verbalizations that you make during lovemaking? I'd love to know all
I'm
about
fairly
it.
quiet. I'm not silent, though. I feel like silence weird.
Yeah, silent is very weird.
Well, I mean, a girl's just loud for effect then.
I think a girl is loud to please you.
Yeah, it's hot. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you do the reverse?
Because I don't think anyone wants to hear me going, oh.
Maybe
No,
she.
you don't give a shit about the girl.
You also
You
probably, you probably also
literally
don't think
just
anybody.
said that the girl does it for you, and
I'm
you're not going to
saying
do it
I
for
don't
her.
think the girl finds that attractive. I don't think a penis is attractive.
Yeah,
That's why I don't
exactly. She probably's into your penis though.
Yeah,
so
that's
she would
the
be
thing.
into the noise.
I think they're into the way a penis feels. I don't think the actual, I couldn't like wag it in someone's face. They wouldn't like that.
You can try and see. Let's
Just start windmilling and say, you hot? Let me fan you.
take a census.
How many times do you think you could windmill before you had to stop? What if you got $100 for every windmill? You couldnn't stop.
You're going to wake up every day, 16 hours a day, just windmilling.
Oh look, Yahoo just bought Meatspin.